So this is awesome. I kind of like what I'm doing. And then here comes this guy. He's at the time he's early 40s, and I'm like, look at this dweeb. This looks like a cornball, but so he's like, yo, I want you to be my trainer. You look like this guy I used to know, and I want you.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, we don't have no any other trainers, so you're gonna have to be stuck with me. So I meet this guy by the name of Eric Stottlemyre, and he's telling me all this stuff about what he does, and I'm like, all right, sounds good. Let's just focus on training. So I remember the first time I get him on the warm up, 15% incline, speed 3.0 on the treadmill, and he's huffing and puffing. I'm like, man, this guy's about to pass out the very first day, and all we're doing is the assessment. We're not even doing the workout yet. I just want to see where he's at. And he's breathing hard. So we sit down and we talk, and I'm like, tell me a little bit about your lifestyle and what you're doing. And he's like, man, you know what? I was wild and crazy. I used to ride motorcycles, and he's showing me pictures of him doing handstands on there. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's crazy. I kind of like it though. Cause I'm like, all right, this is going to be fun. And he tells me about all this stuff he does and how he owns an amusement park. I'm like, sounds like BS, but okay, cool. And we're focusing on working out and all this stuff. And then it was one day after a workout, he's like, yo, I know this sounds crazy, but I need a ride. Now, mind you, at the time, my family was with me because we only had one car. So we're driving back and forth, and I had my whole family in the car. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take you. So he gets in the car, and we're driving, and he takes me in this back alley cutway. And I'm like, yo, he's going to kill me and my family. Gosh. Now, he lives Clear Springs, Maryland, which was out there closer to where we were living at the time.
Because it wasn't a ride from Free Zone.
No.
It was a ride to Clear Spring.
Yep.
And it is in the cut. It is now. You were no longer living in Frederick at this time. You were now living up in Hagerstown.
We bought a house.
And you bought a house out there. And you took
scared me that night.
Yeah, you took me. And it was at nighttime.
Dead night.
It was at nighttime. It was pitch black. And we're riding out in the woods,
My heart is beating right now just thinking about it. Like, yo, I almost died. Look, I got real tears in my eyes.
Forget about the car, the DUI, flipping over, waking up in alleyways or whatever, and vehicles and random.
Family with me, Eric. I had my 4-month-old daughter and my wife and my son in the car at the time.
I'm glad that I have that kind of persona that seems to come around me. I'm like, hey man, I own a family entertainment center, and you're thinking in the back of your mind, he's gonna kill us.
Oh my gosh! Listen, there was no street lights. When you get off the main road,
it's the country.
It's the country, all right. There's nothing but gravel road, and I'm like, oh my God, this is it.
And the driveway's nice and long.
It's about a mile long, if not longer. I was like, oh, this is it, man, babe. And I can't even signal to her because she's in the back with the baby, and Eric's sitting next. So I'm like, oh gosh. And then we come up to this clear opening, and here's this, in my mind is a mansion. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. And then you see the horses, and I'm like, what in the world does this guy really do? So I remember we drop you off, we go back home, and my wife at the time, she's like, yo, we're not taking any more of your friends home. So you know what, fair trade. So anyways, we get to training, and I'm asking you questions, and you become a mentor to me. Since that was 2013 maybe?
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was a minute ago. That's pretty funny, man. We're both sitting here laughing over time.
I know,
right?
Let me write
right. Yeah.
But man, I can't even begin to express the things we've been through in the past. 12?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the stories are epic.